The march started at Fields Park, and a short time later, the destruction began. KOIN 6's Jennifer Dowling is live now with how local business owners are dealing with this ongoing threat and the damage. Jennifer?
Well, they weren't having a great day today. They spent much of it cleaning up. You can see the Starbucks here on Northwest Lovejoy and 11th has a lot of boards on it. Well, this was one of the businesses that was targeted last night during that march and protest, and it was damaged. And there weren't as many police out as you might think. They were here, but in the numbers that you might expect, they weren't there. So there was a lot of violence last night and a lot of street fighting, more than I've seen in quite some time at an event like this.
Where were our resources? This has been going on for 9 months.
Sound of breaking glass echoed through the Pearl. Vandals shattered windows at the Umpqua Bank, trying to hide under the cover of lasers. Marchers smashed into the Chipotle as people inside ran to safety. A FedEx store, Starbucks, and the Urban Pantry also targeted. People spray-painted graffiti throughout the Pearl District, hitting the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services building heavily.
Immediately stop participating in criminal behavior.
This protest stood out due to the number of threats exchanged between members of the group that was marching and onlookers.
Let's go!
Some residents in the Pearl even yelled from their balconies, telling the protesters to stop destroying things and to go home. The protesters yelled expletives back at them. And we have to warn you, the next video is disturbing. It was taken by an independent journalist. In it, you can hear a woman exchanging words with someone in the group that's dressed in black. Then the woman yells several racial slurs, and an assault takes place. And they're on the ground, and you can see fists flying.
When is it going to end?
Jim Rice boarded up the Fields Bar and Grill ahead of the march.
We knew that we were going to have a violent protest last night. We knew about it early in the week. We've been talking with the local police, the local government, asking for support to ensure that we were going to be safe. And ultimately, they just did not have the resources to be able to deal with this group that came through.
It is certainly a frightening and frustrating time, not just for our neighborhood, but I think for the entire city.
The president of the Pearl District Neighborhood Association says more communication is needed from city leaders.
There should be a weekly communication to the entire city as to what actions are being taken.
This is going to be a full screen. Some people were frustrated that only 2 arrests were made and there were not enough police on the streets. The police bureau issued a statement saying that police response was constrained by multiple shooting incidents across the city, limiting the officers available to address the criminal behavior within the protests. And some people were asking just what folks were protesting out here. Well, we heard a lot of anti-police slogans and some people chanting against deportation, but in a lot of cases, I think the message was rather lost in the vandalism that was taking place here. So a lot of people saying that there was just complete lawlessness in the Pearl, and they'd like to see something change. Back to you, Wayne.
Yeah.